Hello again everyone, Paul here at RoJoBe Music with part 2 of the Banjolele rebuild. I don't know. I've made a decision about the head. I'm going back with the black one. Now the reason for my decision, first of all, I had a closer look at this one, and there are a few scratches and marks on it, and some of the, probably won't be able to see it, but some of this is kind of worn away, so it doesn't look too great. I'm still going to keep it as a backup, a spare, just in case this one breaks or anything happens to it. I measured the thickness of each of them because I wasn't sure. I thought this one was a bit thinner than the other one, so I measured it with my micrometer, measured both of them, and they're actually exactly the same. They measure between 0.185 and 0.19 of a millimeter, so they're pretty thin. A bit too thin really, but as I said, they both measure about the same. I've decided to go with the black one because I've now painted the bowl all black and I just think it makes sense, it just matches. I've sprayed it. It's a matte finish, same as the inside, and it was a little bit too matte, so what I've done off camera as well is I've given the whole thing a coating of boiled linseed oil. Just to make it slightly less dull, and it's not shiny. I don't want it shiny, but it's just slightly less dull than it was. And I mean, if you look closely at it, you can see, the sort of the nastiness of the wood. But I don't care. It's, I guess it's that rustic look again that I like to go for in some of my instruments. And I've also, off camera, as you can see, I've put the bracket holders back in. I've only put them finger tight. I haven't tightened those screws up. They're all just finger tight, so I can actually still move them. And the reason for that is, from past experience, when I've put this together before, at least twice before, when I put the brackets in, because hold on. You can see they're not straight. They've got a kink to them, and that's so that this part, which is the hook, angles in towards the head to pull it down, so it doesn't slip off, basically. And that can cause a little bit of a problem getting these in to the bracket holders. With the head on, sometimes they catch a bit, and I can't quite get them in. So I need these loose so that I can, pull them out a little bit to get these brackets in. Then once I've got all the brackets in and the little nuts on the end of them, I'll again do them all up just finger tight, and then I will proceed to tighten all these up. Okay, so that's what I'm going with. So let's make a start on putting this thing back together. So first things first, the head has got a few marks on it from where it was in before. Actually, both ends, if you like. So I'm going to turn it around so that this will be at the top and this will be at the bottom where the bridge will go. So let's see. So that's the top. I know that because that's where the neck goes through. So obviously this is the bottom. Okay, so I want to line it up fairly straight. See, that looks about right. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, and then the ring goes on top. Now there is a join in this ring. It's been done well, considering how cheap and nasty this thing was. So I think I will put that join at the bottom. Okay, so that's the head on, the ring on. I've got to now start putting all the brackets in. So let me think. Okay, right, let's see how many of these I can get in without actually having to loosen these bracket holders. Might be alright. Okay, 1, 2. Can you see alright? Yep. 3. Will it go in? Come on. 3. 4. And I am putting these back in the same positions that they were before. So all of the bracket holders are in the same place and all of these brackets are going back into the same bracket holders. As I said before, I don't really think it's going to make any difference. It's, you know, just in case it does, if I put them all back in the same place, I know that, you know, it should all fit together quite well, he says. Okay, so it's when I start to get towards the last of the brackets that I encounter these problems, and already it's starting to get a bit tight, but I've only got 3 more to put in, so maybe I'll be alright and not have to jiggle that about too much. Okay, last one. In there. Okay, so all the brackets are in. I'm now going to hold on a minute. Why have we got a bracket left over? It's because I've still got one there. Come on, man, get it together. Okay. Right, so now all the brackets are in. So I'm now going to put all the little nuts on the other side of the brackets. And again, just do them up, not even finger tight really, just so that they just nudge up against the bottom of the bracket holder. So once I've got all these nuts on, I'll then make sure all these holders are straight, tighten up the screws, and then proceed to tightening the head down with these nuts on the brackets. Okay. I'm definitely happier now that I've taken that faux carbon fibre stuff off. I mean, you know, it on some applications, some things, it looks fine. I've actually recovered one of my electric guitar pick guards, or scratch plate, whatever you want to call it, with that stuff, and it looks pretty good because it did have I don't know how you describe it, kind of a grey and black fleck pick guard on that guitar, and it was the coating of it was starting to peel off, and once that happens, there's not a great deal you can do to fix it really, not without making it even more of a mess. So I took the thing apart, took the guitar apart, and I covered it with that faux carbon fibre, and it actually looks really good. And I thought, hey, what else can I put that on? I know, my little banjolele. Wish I hadn't bothered now. Never mind. It's all experience. Okay, 3 more to put on. Should be. No, 2 more, because I need one for the tailpiece. One of these nuts holds on the tailpiece for the strings. So I do have one left over, which is good. Okay. Right, so that's all the nuts on the brackets. So now the head's not going to fall off. Obviously they all need to be tightened up. But before I do that, as I said, I need to make sure all of these bracket holders that go through with the screws here are straight and tight. So I'm not going to use up video footage for that. It's not very exciting. I'm just going to be using a 10mm spanner on this side with an Allen key on the inside to tighten them up. And the spanner will also help me to keep it straight while I tighten it. So I'm not going to bore you with that bit. I will pause it here and come back when I'm ready to start tightening the head down.